What's up, family? Get this video a big thumbs up. So today, man, we're gonna dive into the latest on Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless situation. One person who's now weighed in is no other than Stephen A. Smith. He dropped some major insights on his show. We'll break that down, and also, it's been nearly what 48 to 72 hours at this point since the news about Skip Bayless and Joy Taylor surfaced, and this controversy doesn't seem to be dying down at all. Stephen A. Smith, Skip's former colleague and longtime friend, addressed the issues on his show, the Stephen A. Smith Show, and I was surprised he even commented, but he did. Meanwhile, Joy Taylor returned to work um, and didn't mention the lawsuit at all, and she kept it professional, steering clear of the topic entirely. However, Shannon Sharpe had a late night show or a late night reaction on his late night show, uh, Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, subtly addressing the situation and clarifying he's not involved in any of it in regards of responding to Jason Whitlock comments and the lawsuit in itself. And Shannon also distanced himself from Jason Whitlock, who's been vocal about the drama. And Whitlock used to work at FS1 and was a key figure in Speak, the show Joy Taylor now co hosts. Shannon seems interested in being accused of any other controversy. Um, However, I want you guys to check out Shannon Sharp response to everything and also Jason Whitlock take on it because I think it's very important, folks. Check it out.
Everybody's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharpe did anything. But y'all want to get clicks, so y'all mention me.
Right. Yep, ain't got nothing to do with us.
He's talking about me. And he's talking about me, and he's upset with me for saying that Shannon Sharpe is behind this. And the reason why I believe Shannon Sharpe is behind this is because Noushin airs a lot of people out in this, obviously. Joy Taylor, Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless. And the reality is, from what I experienced my 4 or 5 years there is no one that was involved in more suspicious, eye-raising flirtation with makeup, wardrobe than Shannon Sharpe. And if you go look at the problems Shannon Sharpe had at CBS and all this other stuff, it's just amazing that Shannon Sharpe nowhere mentioned in this, but the two biggest people that he wants eliminated, damaged at FS1, they're assassinated in this. And so when a crime happens, you ask who benefits and who has motive. And this isn't me saying that Shannon Sharpe pulled Noushin in and said, hey, baby girl, this is what we're going to do. This is me saying that Shannon Sharpe and Noushin were friendly. Shannon Sharpe probably gave Noushin a shoulder to cry on. And when she put together this lawsuit, I think Shannon Sharpe was aware and made sure that he could go on air and say what he just said. Shannon Sharpe ain't nowhere near in that. He had nothing to do with any of this. And I'm, by hat tipping Shannon Sharpe, I am not disparaging him. And I say that in all sincerity. I'm saying that in this corrupt television environment with all this phoniness and phony people and all of this sexual immorality built into the system and all of this leveraging of people for opportunities, Shannon Sharpe played the game the way the game should be played. There was a piece, Noushin is basically a piece on the chessboard, let's call her a pawn, and I don't say that disparagingly, but he caught wind of like, hey, there's a piece on the chessboard, that could be moved in a direction that benefits me. And he took advantage of that. The same way his position is, Skip Bayless had pieces on the chessboard that he thought could move in a way that benefited Skip Bayless and eliminated Shannon Sharpe. So you will hear me and think, and Shannon Sharpe may think, that I'm attacking Shannon Sharpe. I'm not attacking Shannon Sharpe. I'm hat tipping the man for that's how you play the game. And I say that in all sincerity. You had a problem with Charlie Dixon and Skip Bayless. You caught wind of an opportunity to help someone help you inadvertently, and you did that.
Okay, family. So basically, Jason Whitlock is basically saying now most of these individuals are going based on their experiences from when they work with these individuals, when they work colleagues and coworkers, right? What you guys will see Stephen A. Smith do the same thing in his take on how he knows Skip Bayless from when he worked with Skip Bayless. And within the 4 years he been in the same corporation or same work environment as Skip Bayless. You know what I'm saying? Jason Whitlock is basically saying, look, I ain't mad at you, bro. You was very flirtatious. You were basically taking heed and listening and hearing out the victim in regards, in this case, the hairstylist, the accuser. This woman right here, folks, because we want to put a name to a face, because I want to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about. She is primarily Spanish speaking. Her second language is English. But this is the hairstylist, right? That we're all talking about because we got to put a name to a face, right? And I figure we do that so you know what we talking about. So this is the individual so you guys can see. Give me 1 second. This is the individual, right? Let me make sure. This is the individual we talking about, the hairstylist. That's Skip Bayless to the right, the hairstylist to the left, the accuser, right? So what I'm trying to say is basically he like, look, Shannon, you've been known to be very flirtatious with the makeup individuals and those who dealt with cosmetics in itself, down to the hair, cosmetology in itself, that whole department. I'm not mad at you. You played chess and not checkers, and you basically to a heat of the moment. You know, you're aware of the situation, and the one that's the victim, in this case, the hairstylist, you was notified and basically, you know, was very sympathetic and understanding her situation to help out at most. But in exchange, you wanted to cover your behind too. Let alone, you know, he had this issue with Skip Bayless back then. When they parted ways, when him and Skip Bayless had this whole feud back on their episode. And we all know tensions risen then. And we was like, look, Shannon Sharpe ain't gonna be there too long. But this was the argument right here in regards to these individuals when it came to Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe, when we knew something was off from there. I don't like the audio with that one. So 1 second, family.
Still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Skip, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I did.
I never said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you.
So that was the feud back in December 12th, 2022, 2 years ago, right? So he like, look, bro, I know you had a feud with Shannon Sharpe. I mean, with Skip Bayless. You had a feud, Shannon Sharpe. You had a feud with Skip Bayless. You basically heard out the accuser, and on top of that, you were very sympathetic of her situation. When Joy Taylor was basically like, "Look, what you complaining for? This is how it is. This is, you know, this is what we do. You know, don't make no biggie of it. That's we all do it." Basically, she was part of the environment of saying, "I don't know what you're complaining for," to the hairstylist. So Let me know what you guys think in regards of Jason Whitlock basically saying, look, don't take this personal, Shannon Sharpe. I'm not accusing you. I'm actually applauding you because you covered your behind and you were sympathetic and understanding and hearing out the accuser who 9 times out of 10 you had a conversation with knowing that this lawsuit was going to come out and cover your behind. Do I think it's a genius approach? Yes. Do I believe and I hope that Shannon Sharpe is genuine because I don't know his mind. I hope he was genuine and actually being there for the individual instead of checking his behind because we all know that this basically Fox Sports and the Fox had freak offs, right? It was very corrupt around in these streets, man. But that was Jason Whitlock take. And a lot of people were saying, look, since this broke out, Joy Taylor has been basically a pig in a blanket, covering herself and dressing more modest in regards of not showing those big cans, right? Them big racks, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Them big bars. You know what I'm saying? The breastises, right?
Welcome to Speak. I'm Joy Taylor here with Keyshawn John.
So comment down below, family. How y'all think she look now, right? She dressed up. She dressed up very modest, up to the neck, like she got a turtleneck without having a turtleneck. So let me know what you guys think about that in regards of Joy Taylor switching her whole approach and basically cleaning it up, right? Cleaning it up, and she just going to work on a normal day, and she's not entertaining none of these allegations at all. However, now I want to move to Stephen A. Smith response to the whole situation because Stephen A. Smith basically said, look, I didn't. He weighed in, and shout out to Skip Bayless friends. At least they're not throwing him under the bus. They're actually saying, "Look, this is who I know Skip Bayless for, and this is my experience working with him. I don't know this situation that in itself, but I know Skip Bayless as a person. I think I have every right to say what type of person he is from what I've been around, and all his friends been backing him up. Thank goodness they're not throwing him under the bus, and they just saying who they know Skip Bayless to be, being around him for X amount of time." And Stephen A. Smith, I got to give him credit because he had the same approach with Jay-Z, Sean Carter, the individuals that's being accused of the 13-year-old, rape and all those allegations playing out, right? He said, look, I knew Jay-Z for X amount of years, and I know him to be this type of person, never known for him to conduct himself to be around a minor, let alone put them in a vulnerable situation to rape them, right? So I got to give Stephen A. Smith across the board because he's weighing in across the board from all these individuals. He's not picking and choosing who he know personally based on the situation he want to cater to help them out. He just speaking and giving his take on how he know the person for who they are and don't consider that a crime at all. And I don't believe that's a crime either. But he weighed in, and here's what he had to say, folks. So check it out.
And I know nothing about what happened. No intimate details. Certainly can't be irresponsible and not try to interfere with a legal matter, a lawsuit. But in the same breath, I didn't think it was a crime to point out that the person that I've known for 25 years, I've never seen somebody that would be capable of that, with that meaning that person that I was around for 25 years. The same applies to Skip Bayless. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't work at Fox. I worked at Fox from 2001 to 2003. I haven't been there. I haven't been in that building in over 20 years. I don't know any details or anything like that. And I'm not here to castigate Ms. Faraji or anybody else. I don't know Charlie Dixon that well, even though he used to work at ESPN. I don't know Joy Taylor that well, even though she and I have interacted with one another on several occasions throughout her career, and I find her to be a consummate professional, very good at what she does, very capable, very knowledgeable about the world of sports and what have you. I also know that she's big on women empowerment, so it's hard to imagine her saying get over it. But again, I don't know.
And just to add the context, because he's basically saying when the victim, which was the hairstylist, Miss Faraji, the one who made this whole lawsuit and mentioned Joy Taylor, when she went to her for sympathy, said get over it because the Miss Faraji, the hairstylist, said, look, who was doing Skip Bayless' hair, was like, he offered me $1.5 million to sleep with me. And she went to her thinking, she would help her out, understand the sentiment of her situation. She felt very uncomfortable, crying for help in regards of anybody that could help him. That's why Jason Whitlock was saying, look, I applaud you, brother. you basically listened to Miss Fahari and, extended your hand and gave her a shoulder to cry on, being available when she felt stuck in this whole situation within this whole Fox freak off scenario. You know what I'm saying? And let alone cover, but you're behind too. I ain't mad at you. So that's the take on it there. But like I say, I'm happy Skip Bayless friends are not throwing him on the bus and saying, yeah, he has a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when friends, usually when it comes down to a dynamic of friendships and they have these type of serious type of allegation towards them, everybody just, you know, disappear. Nobody's there to really tell you or really say how much of a person they know you are. So his friends are standing on it and saying, look, I haven't known for Skip Bayless to be this way, and this is the type of friend that I know. So shout out to his friends for standing on business and giving their take on how they know how much of a good person and a person that Skip Bayless is, instead of saying, look, I don't want nothing to do with it. I know Skip, has a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't make it negative. They just say something positive on their experience with Skip, and that's what it is. So I love, like I said, shout out to Skip Bayless, people who spoke and now has nothing negative to say about him.
But we all know that when you see Stephen A. Smith with a subject like this and the name involves Skip Bayless, that's what you want to know about. And here's what I would tell you. I don't know what happened. But just like I said, I've known Jay-Z for 25 years. I can't imagine that. I've known Skip for just as long. I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. Especially when they brought up the $1.5 million. The Skip Bayless I know has a hard time giving away $15. Mm-hmm. He's one of the cheapest people I know. That's just me. But that doesn't mean that I have any inside knowledge about any of this. I don't, and I'm not going to get involved. I think it's incredibly dicey and irresponsible for people who don't know to act like they do know. But in the same breath, I also feel it's important that if you know people or you think you know people and you've had a long-standing relationship with those people, that it's not a crime for you to say the person that I know, the person that I've been around, the person that I worked with in his case, for 4 straight years from 2012 to 2016, doing First Take every weekday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The person that I knew since our days at Fox Sports when we would appear on Jim Rome's show, okay, The Last Word and stuff like that, and we were in the same Fox building off of Pico Boulevard and Avenue of the Stars. The person that I've seen that really, really trusts almost no one and doesn't expose himself to anybody, eating the same breakfast and lunch every day. His vice is a Diet Mountain Dew, and he doesn't socialize with people. That's the guy I know. So imagining him being in this kind of position is shocking, to say the least. All I could tell you is that it's not the Skip Bayless I know. But obviously, this is a legal matter he's going to have to deal with because this situation doesn't appear to be going away. A lawsuit has been filed. This person who's a hairstylist, the people that I've spoken to in the last 24 hours that have some knowledge about her says that she's the kind of person that she's meticulous with her details and she's going to chronicle things and that's how she operates. I don't know her. I don't know them. I know Skip. And I'm very, very heartbroken that he finds himself in this situation, being accused of these allegations. But I can't be over the airways being irresponsible and attaching truth or innocence, or guilt to anything that I know nothing about. All I can say, and I don't think it's a crime to say, is just like I said with Jay-Z, the person that I know for 25 years, I've never seen anything like that from that person, anything close to that from that person. That's the same thing that I would tell you about Skip Bayless.
Well, there you have it, folks. A lot of people are saying she's basically trying to be a Stormy Daniels, with the whole hush money case with Trump. And she's basically accusing Trump, Trump of sleeping with her and, doing things to her. And Trump tried to give her hush money and things like that. So it's basically she is a single mother, Miss Fahari, the hairdresser, the hairstylist she's talking about. That is Miss Fahari, the name that I had gave you guys, that you guys could see, on the background right here in the picture. And I showed you guys the picture of Miss Fahari, the one that was next to her, next to Skip right here to the left. She's the hairstylist we're talking about, family, just to put a face to a name. And the lawsuit and the whole thing of this lawsuit existing in the first place. But she is a single mother who to a boy, and it looked like she's trying to get a payout. Now, comment down below, family. But I just want to do a logical breakdown of what Stephen A. Smith had to say in regard to him responding and basically saying what he know and how he know what he know and learned from spending his time with Skip Bayless. Okay. So Stephen A. Smith has a long-standing professional relationship with Skip Bayless. Obviously, I heard it said, and it claims to know his tendencies and personality well. And he uses this knowledge to argue that the accusations don't align with Bayless' known behavior. But look at the acknowledgement due process. Smith doesn't outright deny the allegations, but emphasizes the importance of due process. He acknowledged that the accusations need to be investigated thoroughly before any conclusions could be drawn. But, however, skepticism about the accusations being plausible or valid in this case, or the accusations to be true in regards of investigating them. His argument includes questioning the amount of $1.5 million offered from Skip Bayless to sleep with the hairstylist Miss Faraji, highlighting a personality trait that basically Bayless is cheap, bruh. You barely lucky you gonna get $50 out of him. And this is my take on it, in my opinion. Maybe Skip Bayless just threw out a number because it sound good just to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean he was gonna actually give her the money, but Stephen A. Smith is saying that seems inconsistent with such behavior. So it's a fairness principle, right? Smith's point out that it's irresponsible to act like you know when you don't know, and it resonates with the idea of reserving judgment. It's a logical stance, right? Because to ensure accusations are handled without bias or preconceived notions, or to be convicted in a court of public opinion, rather than actually going through the process of law enforcement and letting the verdict speak for itself. I like how he basically carried himself and articulated himself when it came to being aware context-wise. And he mentions that the potential of high-profile individuals to be targeted by false allegations, providing a broader context of why caution is necessary before condemning someone publicly, right? And think about it like this, and I want to take the conversation even further, family, and get you guys take in the comments below. A lot of people, like, for example, Johnny Depp was constantly accused, with his wife and so forth. And a lot of men were accused in 2024. And there's men on a daily basis that are accused of things that they did not do. So individuals like a Joy Taylor hurts the true victims of situations, if the case may be true, for Miss Faraji, because she makes it bad for Miss Faraji, the hairstylist, Joy Taylor, because she's the individual that was saying get over it because she was sleeping with the president, Charlie Dickinson, the president over there at Fox, and, sleeping around to work her way up in the corporate ranks. So it sort of discredits Miss Faraji, because now it brings the question, Miss Faraji, the hairstylist, what are you doing? And now that you're not satisfied no more, did you just stop, did you even do what Joy Taylor did in any further extent, or sleeping with anyone, and then you just wanted to stop and you want a quick payout now because you got fired a year ago? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got some value from it, give this video a big thumbs up. Let the love supersede the hate. Until next time, family. Peace.